Welcome to Biomutant. Encode your DNA.
ไอ้ตัวนี้หน้าตาดีสุดละ
Define your genetic structure. Choose a genetic resilience. Choose your fur style. Pick your main color. Choose your detail color. Pick a class. Commando. Cipher. Ciphering chosen. That'll work. Here's somebody with a troubled past, drawn into the spotlight of a story that's already begun. We're already at a but for you, it's not only a crossroad, but a choice, a reflection of your key, the primal energy that flows through everything.
Freedom and loyalty Freedom แปลว่าอิสระ loyalty แปลว่าความจงรักภักดีมันดูตลกไปปะ
Allow me to introduce myself. I'm the Dark Side.
I can't believe you choose that thing over me. But I'll be here waiting for you when you have a better half.
The best end is the one you decide yourself. And it seems we're headed in the right direction.
Guess left can be right sometimes. Stories of death and the bodies left behind. A reminder that we're at the mercy of nature and the one that
เรื่องราวของความตายและซากศพถูกทิ้งไว้ข้างหลัง
Do you remember the beast that shattered your family? Or did you choose to forget?
จำได้ไหมว่ามี
Turned your back
สัตว์ประหลาดทำร้ายครอบครัวเจ้า
and got lost.
หรือว่าเจ้าเลือกที่จะลืม
The predator
จะหันหลังให้กับโลก
grew stronger.
และเสียความเป็นตัวตนนั่นแปลว่า
Better make a run for it. This is not the time nor place to end this story. This time, it was best to run and live to fight another day. Let us hope you're ready for it when it comes.
มันมีระเบิดอยู่นี่
The predator isn't the only
แปลว่า
threat. The
มันไม่ใช่แค่สิ่งเดียว
wildlife
ที่น่ากลัว
started to mutate
ใน
when the
โลก
end
ป่า
of
เถื่อน
days
นี้
began, and
กา
the
ร
tree of
วิวัฒ
life
นาการ
started to die.
การกลายพันธุ์ในวันกด L2 เพื่อโหลดอาวุธ
Made the kill. The oil sludges everywhere. To most, it only means death, but some have adapted to the new environment. Evolution has its ways.
เหมือนใส่พลังเข้าไปในนี้
starting to add up.
ต้องโจมตีระยะประชิดก่อน
Look, an emergency box from the once was. A rare sight. tougher than ever. That pipe looks weak. The claw bar should come in handy. Whoa. It's time to find a way out of this place. No, really, I mean it. The morgues produce biomatter in their multitude that they shed under distress. Blobs that affect the cellular coding strands of any living being when absorbed, including you. All fired up. Handy. Toxanol built vessels called arks to save themselves from the impending doom.
ไอคนที่ทอสโนนี่มันสร้าง
It is only
ปฏิกรณ์อาร์คไว้เพื่อช่วยมันจากวันสิ้นโลก
that we know
แต่มันช้าไป
other arcs traveled through the sky and beyond. It seems those that came before us never lost hope in finding a new home for their kind.
This is like puzzle.
Just a few moves left. Make them count. There are few records of the chain of events that led to the big apocalypse eons ago, but it's clear the world wasn't prepared for how recklessly the Toxanol Corporation would make its mark on the world. Their rare earth mining and nuclear industries generated tons of waste, and without consideration for the future, they dumped it all in landfills until they ran out of space. That's when they made the big mistake. They began dumping the toxic waste in the surf just off the coast instead, assuming that it would sink and decay with time. And they were right, but no one was prepared for what was about to unfold. Once in the surf, the radiation interfered with the genetics of the wildlife and created bizarre mutations in their offspring. It had an inconceivable impact on biodiversity and the entire ecosystem. The world as they knew it crumbled as nature retaliated. It would never be the same again, and what remained of it became ours.
ทำพวกน้ำมันทะลักออกมาทำให้โลกเกิดการล่มสลายเหลือแต่สัตว์วิวัฒนาการ
Sound of spark metal going pew pew.
เสียงเหมือนหัวเหล็กชนกัน
It's coming from behind that door.
แสดงว่ามีบางอย่างอยู่ข้างหลังกำแพง
A warning label. The box looks like a potential brain melt. It's going to take a bit of puzzling to short-circuit the door. Quite a shock to the system. Let's try that again. Quite a shock to the system. Let's try that again. Quite a shock to the system. Let's try that again. There you go. The wheeled one is outnumbered. You'd better help him out.
ถ้ามันยิงมาเราต้องสวน
Blasting everything to bits. Much left of that one. trigger finger. That's the last of them. Let's talk to the wheeled one before backup arrives. He wants to thank you for
เขาอ
taking
ยากจะ
his
ขอบคุณ
side
ที่ช่วย
against the
เขา
scavengers.
ออกจาก
He
ไอ้พวกนั้น
sounds familiar. You just
เขา
can't
ดู
figure
คุ้น
out why.
ๆแต่เราไม่รู้ว่าแต่ก็
He
จำไม่ได้ว่าเพราะ
presents
อะไร
himself as out of date. He knows he's way overdue, but he hasn't given up. He doesn't seem surprised that you don't recognize him. You were just a
เขาไม่ได้
child
แปลกใจว่า
the night
ตอนนั้นเธอยังเป็น
everything
เด็กอยู่เลย
changed.
วันที่คืน
There
นั้น
have
เปลี่ยน
been
ไป
rumors of a one-eyed Ronin seen outside the Great Wall, and he's happy to see it's true. The legend of the one-eyed child that grew up as
เด็ก
an
วันเด็ก
outcast
ตา
is
เดียวใน
old
ตำนานโตขึ้น
and
มา
sad.
เป็นคนเถื่อน
The child could have been anyone.
มันพูดถึงเราอยู่
Evil There's no doubt you're the child, and that what Lupa Lupin did to your village, your Muma and Popsy, was the beginning of the end. He says it has taken you a long time to bring the past back up to the present, to find your way back, but he's grateful you have. It was after the attack that the unity fell apart. Your Muma's disciples divided and formed tribes as a reaction to the blight that had fallen upon the land. Had it not been for the Tree of Life, no one would have survived. He hopes you at least remember the tree. ย้อนเวลากลับไปนู้น นี่คือคนเมื่อกี้อ่ะ Asks if you were tired, as it's a bit of a hike here from the village. He wonders if your Muma knows you are here.
ก็บอกว่าถ้าเราเหนื่อย มึงนี่เป็นเด็กดีจริง
You're such a good child,
But
so you
the time now.
probably did. Even the young forget. He understands why you came all
เขา
the
เข้าใจ
way
ว่าทำไม
out
ถึงมาที่
to
นี่
see them,
เพื่อ
the
มาเจอพวกเขา
potato people.
พวกชาวมันฝรั่ง
The potato people, or Nono,
พวกชาวมันฝรั่ง
wonder
หรือโนโน
somehow interlinked with this little tree here,
คงว่า
fueling
ที่
its
อิ
source
ตา
of
ลี
life.
มาเชื่อมต่อกับต้นไม้เพื่อเติมเต็มชีวิต
You might. The Nono prefer to hide in glitter grass. He says you should get over there and ruffle it. See if you can make one come out of hiding. You found
เอาดอกไม้
one.
มาให้มัน
You should be proud. They don't come out for everyone. The Nono's key energy is just what the Pensai needs to complete its cycle and grow into a tree of life. Only time will tell. At least his intention is to dedicate... You need to support the tree for a long time to come. The only way it'll grow tall is with the burst of ki released from the nono as they become one with the tree. You'll need a net to catch the nono, and he wants... You handle that net like you've never done anything else. He's impressed. One day, he hopes the tree will have grown tall enough to sustain the world. But... Now that you've seen the nono's connection with the tree with your own eyes, you have no reason to doubt. From this day on, he'll make nurturing the pensai into a tree of life, a life goal, not only for our village's sake, but for all of us, everyone. One day, the land won't be as peaceful. Not even your Muma will be able to protect us. He says you better hurry back to the village before your Muma comes looking for you. You did good here today. No, she's got lots on her mind and needs rest after the raid last night on the Lupin camp with her disciples. Wonders if they let the Predator family live or not. He lost you there for a while. But no memory is alone. It's part of a trail you can follow.
ความทรงจำเป็นส่วนหนึ่งของเส้นทางที่เราจะเดินไป เขาบอกเขาจำชีวิตของเขาได้
The tree started to die when the end of days begun, and it wasn't long after that.
ต้นไม้เริ่มตายตั้งแต่วันสิ้นโลกมาถึง
The genetic evolution that occurred
การพัฒนา
after
ของ
the
ยีน
apocalypse,
ตั้ง
the
แต่วันสิ้นโลก
proximal
โทนาโซ
corporation inflicted on the
ของ
land set the
ตั้งแต่วัน
world's DNA into overdrive.
ทำให้เราเหมือนกลายพันธุ์เพราะว่าโทนาโซคอร์ปอเรชั่นทำให้เกิด
Gizmo is working
ทำ
on a
ให้เกิด
mechanical and
ตัว
needs help
ตัวเหตุการณ์
defeating
นี้
the jumbo puff at the end of the west route. Wiz is still repairing his octopod to confront the Merc puff that dwells deep down under the surface at the end of the northwest route. Noko has tamed the midget and is preparing to take
ไอ้พวก
on
นี้มันพยายามทำลายรากต้นไม้โลก
the end of the east route. Finally, Goop is almost done with the Goo Glide, a machine able to ride the waves of the surf all the way out to the Porky Puff at the end of the route to the southeast. Out of Date says his friends are gearing up to stop the World Eaters. There's one at the end of each route.
ต้องทำลายรากต้นไม้ไม่งั้นโลกจะล่มสลาย
The road
เพื่อให้
ahead
มันไป
won't
ทำลาย
be
กิว
easy, but he's counting on your support. His friends aren't strong enough to end
เส้นทาง
this
นี้
on
ไม่
their
ง่าย
own.
แต่พวกเขาต้องการความช่วยเหลือของเรา
He wants you to
เขา
understand
อยากให้
that you'll
เข้าใจ
all die if the tree isn't saved. Regardless,
ถ้าหากว่าเราไม่
you
ช่วย
need to
ต้นไม้
get your
รากนั้นมัน
ship
มีปัญหาอะไรกับต้นไม้ใช่ไหม
You're getting the hang of it. Quickest way out is through the roof where they came in, and the rope looks strong enough to climb. Know that the Tree of Life is dying. Its days are numbered. Without help, it can't endure the environmental change and assault from the World Eaters. A signpost maps it out for the cartographically challenged.
เยี่ยวนี่หว่า
Let's see.
เยี่ยวเพื่อเปิดไอ้นี่ทางฟาสทาวเวล
Must be the World Eater that chewed off Out-of-Date's leg.
โรวิ
You'll
เตอ
need
ร์
a hat trick to bring that down. Look, a survivor. Glad to see. He's heard the stories about the terror inflicted by the World Eaters to other
สัตว์ประหลาด
enclaves,
จาก
but never
โร
expected
วิ
one
เตอ
to
ร์
come all the way here. He worries there won't be much left to save if this continues, even if the Tree of Life survives the attack. He doesn't know what your connection is to this place, but something tells him you've stayed true to your heart. Anyway, he needs help and says it's by your action. He's grateful for that. You still seem to have a
That's a spark of light in you!
What's there to like
Not as much.
always making...
And you!
There's Out-of-Date again. He must have missed something important. Out-of-Date says you will make a better stand against the World Eaters with the support of a tribe, and there are two nearby.
ตรงเผ่า
The
ตรงแถว
Myriad
ต้น
tribe
โว
is
ทีนั้น
likely to be
ราก
a
โว
good
ทีมัน
match
จะ
as they act on the understanding of the greater good and have a code
มัน
of
จะมี
honor.
เผ่าที่คอยช่วยเราอยู่ แต่เราต้องไปช่วยเขาก่อน
Regardless of who you choose, it won't be easy, as the Myriad's conviction to stop the World Eaters began when the Leviathans rose from the depths of the surf. Siding with the Myriad's movement for wholeness in a fragmented world might seem like the logical thing to do, but is it the right thing? One thing's certain, though. Destiny arrives all the same. The Jagni tribe only ever had one conviction: to bring balance to the world by wiping out the weak. They believe a cleansing is necessary to restore the world and want to let the World Eaters bring down the Tree of Life. But siding with Jagni isn't necessarily
โว
a
วิ
bad
เตอร์
thing.
ทำลาย
Fate
Tree of
will
Life
find a way. Out-of-Date will be waiting for you beneath the Tree of Life if you lose track of what you need to do.
ต้องเลือกเราเควสระหว่างนั้นเควสอยู่ข้างบน อยู่ที่ Journal
Another fork in the road. It's either the tunnel or the motor bridge. What'll it be? It's unusual that natural tunnels like this still exist. Most of them got flooded. This area was beautiful before the tribe war began. Look at it now. It's a war zone. That's the Myriad Tribe's fortress. Will they be friends or foe? You should head up there. That way you'll know. Let's see. Let's see. It's a beaten path to that door. If you go there, you'd better make an entrance. Says they're wary of strangers. They're at war. Thinks you should just put one paw ahead of the other and make your way up there. The Myriad tribe act on understanding of the greater good and a code of honor. They believe uniting the tribes is the only way to restore the peace. The Sifu is convinced that defeating the World Eaters and saving the Tree of Life is the only way to make the world a better place. He welcomes you to the Myriad Fort and introduced, but he was hoping you'd show up. The news of a vigilante Ronin on crusade crossing the Great Wall through the crack in Bunker 101 has preceded you. There's something about your spirit that sparks memories of you as a kidling. He can still sense your kind-hearted. The Sifu says sometimes one memory can make another come to life. He hasn't thought about your Muma for ages, even though she taught him a lot. He was one of the original Wang Fu disciples.
เขียนว่าอะไรวะความทรงที่ฟูกล่าวว่าความทรงจำหนึ่งสามารถทำให้อีกความทรงจำหนึ่งมีชีวิตขึ้นมาได้เขาไม่ได้คิดถึงมูมะของคุณมานานแล้วแม้ว่าเธอจะสอนเขามากมายก็ตามเขาเป็นหนึ่งสาวกวังฟูแบบดั้งเดิม
Your Muma
Your Muma
invented Wang Fu.
ของ
Originally,
คุณ
it
เป็นผู้คิดค้น
consisted
วัง
of
ฟู
unarmed combat
เดิม
and
ที
the
ประ
six
กอบด้วยการต่อ
weapons:
สู้
the
แบบใช้อาวุธและ
boomerang,
ไม่
the
ใช้อาวุธทั้ง
shuriken,
6
the bow,
ได้
the
แก่บูมเมอ
staff,
แรง
the
ชูริเคน
nunchuck,
ธนู
and the hook and
ไม้เท้า
chain.
หวังชุก ตะขอ
Myriad
และโซ่
wants unity between the tribes. Their goal is understanding. If you believe there's some good in everyone, there's still hope for tomorrow. You'll unite the tribes and defeat the world eaters to save the Tree of Life.
หากเชื่อว่าทุกคนยังมีสิ่งดีๆอยู่วันพรุ่งนี้ก็ยังมีความหวังคุณจะรวมเผ่าและเอาชนะเวิลด์อีเตอร์เพื่อช่วยต้นไม้ไหมแน่นอน
He was hoping you'd join them. You understand that there's no harm in doing good to others. That Sifu was waiting for something to tip the balance in their favor, and with you by their side, he's confident you can unite the other tribes. The one you should coerce first is the Jagni tribe. Their kin have run out of options and found themselves backed into a corner. Even those who desire peace have been forced to prepare for war. He wants you to focus. These are the new rival outposts your tribe needs to take control of. He says you'll regret not being on their side. The only way you'll learn their secrets, Wung Fu and the tribe weapon now, is if you defeat him. And that will never happen. You both have gentle minds, so they want to wage a gentle war. A war that bonds as much, tells you not to be afraid. Your fate cannot be taken from you. Claim the
ความเชื่อไม่
rival
สามารถเอาไปจากตัวเราได้
outposts and earn the right to wield the tribe
ไปยึด
weapon.
ที่ของพวกเอาโพส
Once you've dealt with the rivals' outposts, you'll challenge their
เราต้อง
Sifu
จัดกา
to
ร
unite their tribe with yours and let your kin share land again. Seeing you
ไปยึด
brings
เผ่ามันนะ
back his memories of the old. He remembers your kind and unselfish soul and can sense you still have it in you, the will to do good. Anyway,
ให้เราไปยึดแล้วก็แสดงให้เห็นว่าเราเหนือกว่า
says if you like to go out on the surf, you should find Goop. Let's see.
วิ่งช้ามาก
Better beware, that's a mump up ahead. They were hit hard
มัน
by
คือตัวไอ้
evolution, the wonky ones especially, deformed and unfurled.
เข้าไปไม่ได้เลยเหรอ
Better beware, that's a mump up ahead. They were hit hard by evolution, the wonky ones, deformed and unfurled.
เล่นกันดีกว่า